Hello everyone. Are we live? I cannot see it on my studio. Yes, we are live. Hello, 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 hello. How you all doing? Amazing. Let's wait for few people to join in and we will continue then. All right, I think the stream is going quite well. We have let's see if we have some viewer. All right. मैंने तो नहीं All right, so guys, if you are watching this, make sure you have the poll that is currently coming on your screen. So make sure you opt that and like this stream. We are going to start very basic Rust programming today. I'll show you how to get started, how to install things, and how to write your first CLI application. Amazing. So we need some viewership, right? This is going to be a great session today. So I want you to first of all please opt for the poll that is currently running on your screen and say hi on the chat if you like this stream. All right, so let's start now, or we should wait. All right, so let's understand. So guys, how many of you are aware about a Rust programming language? Yes sir, XFCE, very good. Haha, arg, noise, good one. Are you also running XFCE? Amazing. So now we are going to start. I'm on Hyperland. Amazing. Noise. So let's start. So guys, you must be wondering, if you are watching this stream and if you are interested in Rust or a techie, uh, and if you're wondering why Rust, what is Rust, I mean, so you see, Rust is currently the fastest growing and most talked about programming language currently, as we can see on our space. So and the big companies like uh, Linux, Microsoft, Discord, Amazon, everyone basically, be it X or anything, they are adopting Rust now. So why Rust? Why are everyone is so crazy about Rust? So it has few things, right? First of all, it is providing being a low level as well, and also able to do the other able to perform on the other scopes as well. So first of all, it it doesn't come with the overhead of garbage collection. All right. Secondly, it has some already available good developer friendly tools like Cargo. All right. So something like that. All right. So I'm not going to over here on the debate of why not C++ or why Go. Why not Go? What is the difference between Go and Rust and all? I'll simply not do that. I'll simply start Rust series, and I'll just quickly show you guys how to set up Rust on your system if you want to uh, get started with it. So first of all, let me just open this rustlang.org page for you guys. If you are watching this, I would ask you, or urge you to please opt for the polls that is currently running on your system. All right, and you have to like this stream. Come on, let's do that, man. All right. But you have a Mac, right? Yes, I have a Mac. I dropped that thing because earlier when I was working on a front end, I had some dependency issues. So I have an old PC with me. So I just configured first of all Ubuntu on that, and then it doesn't go well with Ubuntu. So I installed Arch in it. I have worked with Arch previously as well, but I mostly worked on KDE Plasma. But then when I install Arch in it, I was having the issue of running OBS, because OBS somehow with the Arch Linux comes very well suited for either XFCE or X11. So I switched to XFCE. Now XFCE, I am aware of XFCE while I was working on like Kali Linux. I also have like try to get my hand dirty with Kali Linux as well. So so I have some experience of XFCE in that as well. So I thought, okay, let's give it a try. After all, we have to like run OBS in it. So I did that. So that's why on Arch and on XFCE. Okay, let's get back to Rust. So you see, when you open this thing, rustlang.org, you will see a big button over here that says Get Started, and we have an excellent documentation over here, as you can see. So you should be like visiting this if you are. My OBS works fine with Wayland. Yes, OBS work fine with Wayland, but I have older hardware. So I have a graphics card, NVIDIA, I think. That is too old that NVIDIA just dropped its drivers. So yeah, that is the issue with me. So overall, it's an hardware issue, not an issue with Wayland, Hyperland, or KDE Plasma or something like that. It's an hardware issue. So technically, XFCE or X11 supports older hardware very well. It also like eats up less RAM, if you see, because there is nothing, right? A dex bar, highly customizable dex bar you can see, and some very like decent graphics. So memory footprint is low, so that is why I think it works for the older proprietary hardwares. All right, so if you want to get started with Rust, you must visit this documentation. Good documentation, clean, neat, and up to the point. So if I just hit get started over it and click on it, you see, I will see a link that will help me to install Rust. and install cargo. So basically it will install a rustup.rs. There is a shell file, rustup.rs. It will run and it will install cargo in our system. So cargo is a package manager tool that like yarn, npm. All right. So cargo will help us to create an project, basically publish it, build it, clean it, run it, test it, everything. So it's a complete powerhouse. All right. Now once you run this, you just copy it, run it on your terminal, and you will be able to install Rust. Now how do you test then? Once you have installed this thing, how do you test it? So you test it by saying Rust version. All right, or you will say cargo version, and yeah, so you will see all the versioning over here, and once it shows it, that is good. All right, so once it is done, we are pretty much solid here, and yeah, this will be done. Now let's see, once we have this installed, now how do we create a project? All right, so let's go inside documents, projects. So by the way, I already came live yesterday on a desktop view, doing the same, doing the a live stream for getting started on our Rust series. It was a day one, so all these things that I did on desktop view, now I came in mobile view, so that the persons who are like on the mobile can see. And it's recording today, edited recording. The glitches that I trimmed off will be live, not live, will be uploaded today 7 p.m. on my channel, so you guys can like watch that too. It's the same thing that I'm running over here. So inside this, if I want to create a project, so as I already told, we have cargo in Rust, right? It's a package manager. So what I'll do, if I want to create a project in Rust, I'll say cargo new, cargo followed by new, and I will type a project name. I'll call it, let's say, new project. So you see, cargo has created a new project for me. All right, now let's go inside new project. So here I am inside a new project. Let's see what all things we have over here. If I do a ls, I can see all these things. I can see a cargo.toml file, a git folder, a git ignore, all right, and an src folder. So .git folder is because the git repository has been initiated. It's default from cargo. A git ignore also has been created. The main thing to note over here is cargo.toml and src folder. All right, now you can use any editor of your choice over here. I'm using nvim, so I'll open it. There you go. If I just increase the font, are you able to see that? Let me just check my OBS if you can. That is cool. That is it. All right, so what do we get over here? Let me check sidewise on the stream as well. All right, so guys, you must be watching a poll that is running currently on your stream, right, on your device. So make sure you opt for that poll. And for the people who are watching this, if you are not from the tech, I would ask you to please like this stream. Also go for the polls that is currently running on your stream. That will help me. All right, that will help me. So let's see. Correct, we have 3 votes. Come on guys, do that. Shoot this thing. We already have around 40 people watching. Do it, make it crazy. It's 4 votes. All right, it's okay if you are just visiting, there is no issue. It's just a poll. Whatever you feels like, you have to opt for the poll. That will help me. All right, and if you think that there is something going wrong with this stream, feel free to come on chat. And come on, chat, man. Let's talk. All right. Amazing. Okay, so should we go ahead? Uh, till this point, do you guys have any questions, any issues? Guys, are we good to go? Let me refresh this thing. Maybe I'm not getting. Why not or for rust up installation? Uh, no, I mean, no, I just followed the documentation. You can. I'm not saying you should not. You can. I guess documentation would be updated for the stable versions. I'm using. Okay, that's fine. So, what version are you currently on? I mean, if you remember, I hope. I mean, most of the people don't. I think, but I'm sure it would be a latest one, stable one. I don't even know what version I'm running, so might like I have a system handy, so I can check. All right, so 1.28. Okay, nice. You know your version well. Okay. I think this is the current one going, right? All right, let's come here. Okay, so we have a src folder, a cargo.toml file. All right, so there are two hidden items. If you can see, there is a slightly disabled text over here that says two hidden item. What could be those? I'm checking that one right now. That's all right. Okay. So what could be that one? Of course, those will be some dot files, right? Like dot, like gitignore or dot get folder. We are not going to worry about that. If you want to see, I can just do shift h. So these are the dot files. A dot file called dot gitignore and a folder called dot get. All right. So these are basically hide. Anything that started with a dot is known as dot file or dot folder, and that is initially hidden. All right, so we have these two things, src and toml file. So cargo.toml is generated by cargo, like its name suggests that hey, I'm a toml file that is generated by cargo. If I open this, it has some details like package, package name, version, edition and all. It's about the package details, and there is another line over here that says dependencies. Now dependencies is the one that we install in our project using this package manager tool. So whatever dependency we need, maybe it's chrono, maybe it's actix web, maybe it's regarding anything, right? Maybe it's Tokyo or anything. So that get listed over here on the dependencies. All right, and when we share this project onto a different machine, now the cargo, once we build that project, cargo will use this toml file and will check under this dependency. So whatever is listed there, it will try to fetch that dependencies. All right, in order to build the project. All right, makes sense. Okay, now src folder. If I open this src folder here, I can see a main.rs file. So inside the src folder, there is a main.rs file. It gets generated initially because it is the main entry file. All right, so it is the main file, main.rs. Everything will get started from here. So if I open this main.rs file, I can see a function called main over here. So it is also an entry function. All right. So when a project starts, it will start from main.rs file, and it will first of all start from main file. All right. So it will start from here, and as you can see, this is a function signature. All right. Main is the name of function, as you must be like aware of. Function is a name, then parentheses, and in some programming language we define function, in some programming language we just write fn, in some programming language we create a function with a fat arrow, we call it arrow functions or fat arrow functions, right? So here we define a function by keyword called fn that denotes a function, a name, and a set of parentheses and its scope, boundary of a function. All right, everything titled up in this scope or set of these braces will be under this function's scope. All right. Here is a line written that says print ln, and it looks like a function, but Asil, hello Asil, what's up? It looks like a function, but it has something else. It has an exclamation mark. Now this makes it different from a regular function. Now it becomes a macro. So macro is a different thing, right? Macro, like procedural macro, and we can create our custom macros. So we will get these things later on when we start with the next step in this series. All right, we have a println. It shows that it will print a line. Okay, println means print a line, and that line is this hello world. It will print hello world. Asil, what is the best, Linux or Windows? Depends on use case, Asil. What do you want to use for? The thing is that if you want to just want to play games, watch, you know, nowadays, I mean, Windows is good, but if you want to do something else, drop Windows instantly. All right, guys, come on. There's a poll running, and you should opt for that poll. That will be helpful. Come on. All right. So there is a function. There is a macro written over here that will print a line. That is called println. It will be a classic debugging thing for us. I use for program and 3D because in I'm yeah, okay, then Windows will be good for you, I think. I have no idea if Windows can render. Maybe it should render, yeah. Windows would be good, or Mac, or maybe Linux. It all depends on hardware. All right. Now, okay. Now one thing. Now we have this function written. We have a println statement written. Now I need to run this program. Okay, at some point we have to run a program. When we write something, we have to run a program. While running a program, you must be aware of things like called compiling, building a project, compiling a project, right? So how do we compile this thing, and how do we run this thing, how do we build this thing? So I'll start with first of all build. Okay, so for that I'll open terminal, and I'm in the directory, right? Now if I want to, let me just make it a little bit smaller. Okay, now if I want to build a project, so I'll take again help of cargo. I'll say cargo, but before that I want you to see something, notice something with me. All right, you see this tree over here, right? This tree currently, if I just show these things, you see I have target folder over here, because as soon as I save a project or do something, it gets automatically uh, compiled, right? It gets automatically build up. Okay, so if I do okay, so I'll first of all, there is a target folder. I'll remove this target folder and then I'll rebuild it. Okay, and how do I do that? To clean the current project, I will use cargo. I'll simply say cargo clean, and if I do an exit and see, you see the target folder has been removed. Okay, this means the project has been cleaned, the previous build files has been cleared up. Alright, now I'll show you how to build that project. So you must have understand about the target folder, right? That whenever we build a project, a target folder gets created, inside which whatever it is I'll show you. Now to build a project, I'll say cargo build. When I do cargo build, it compiles it for me and create a profile and create few files that are necessary to run the project. And if I exit this and I see this target folder, this target folder has a debug folder and a JSON, right? Let's see what this JSON is. I hope this large file detected. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, it has a fingerprint, so it's a JSON. It's for internal. It will be used for running this project. Okay, it has all the details like where the rust up is, where the file will be. Okay, so it's a info about that thing. So now if I go inside debug, I'll have this project called file called new project. So that file will be created as the name of a project that has been created by using cargo. So if it's a project name is Vipin test, the file will be created over here that is called Vipin test. Alright, now this file will be picked by a command called cargo run. If it want to run the project, whatever we have written, it will be called a new project. So if I open this thing, you see there is some thing written over here that is completely it turns out that it will be understandable only by machine. Okay, so I hope you understand what build does. Build will create necessary files on folder to run the project. All right, for now it is creating a debug folder over here. Okay, and it has all the files over here that are necessary to run the thing. Okay, now let's go inside. Now how do we run this project? Now that we have run cargo build to build the project, I'll do cargo run. So if I do cargo run, you see something strange is happening over here. It is running the project, of course. This is not the strange thing. Hello world is the thing that we have written on the println statement. It kind of build a project at first. So what does that mean? So it means that whenever you want to run a project, you will not do a separate command of cargo build first and then cargo run. You will only use cargo run at once if you want to run the project. But if you want to only build the project, then you will specifically do cargo build. Okay, now if I write something like that, I'll say let a equals 10. Alright, I want to print a, then I'll do, let's say, a. Okay, now if I save this thing, so I have created a variable and I have printed this variable over here, what is a. Alright, now if I want to run this thing, I will not do cargo build first. I'll simply do cargo run. It will build it for me. You see, it is compiling it for me, building it for me, updating the target folder, and now picking our new updated build from this thing, target debug new project, and it runs hello build 10. So if you want to run the project, we will only use cargo run. We will not do cargo build first. Okay, awesome. So this is how you create a Rust project and then you run a Rust project. Okay, using these two commands. Cargo clean is used to clean the current build files, and cargo build is used to build a project, compile a project, and cargo run will be used to build and run the project altogether. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so guys, come on, we have 11 votes for now and we have around 40 people watching, so please opt for the polls and like this stream. Okay, come on, do that. Do it. Like this stream. Make it to 10 likes and then we'll start about variables. Come on, vote for it and we'll start. It doesn't matter if you want to, like, if you are here just watching this stream or just visiting, it's okay. But you have to opt for the polls. That is the only thing that I want. If you are just visiting it, and then please opt for the poll, like this stream. If you are into Rust and want to learn Rust, subscribe to the channel, like this stream, opt for the polls. W, the only this hate most introvert. Only this hate most. Well, that's some kind of thing that I'm not able to understand. The only thing hate most. Is this what you want to say, buddy? I understand now you are quite an introvert. Not able to convey. I'm just kidding, man. Come on, guys. 5 more likes and we are just going for it. The only thing I hate most. Now that's the thing, buddy. Alright, go on. The only thing I hate most is the guy doing Rust instead of C++. My keyboard is a mess. Hello Indresh, welcome back. How you doing? Yep. Okay, you hate the most. I mean, the coding you hate the most. Hello Taka. Guys, let me translate it. Mirek. A cow. It's a Polish phrase. It translate to not a very good thing. meaty cow. What do you say? Cow, but like a meaty one. What are you doing, bro? Nothing, introvert. I was just showing how to get started in Rust. That's it. I did a desktop stream for that. Also, a recording will be out today, 7 p.m. So I thought, I just came on to a mobile view. So I did. Alright, so let's start with this thing now. So guys, if you like into what you do for living, I do a job, a regular job, a remote job. How about you? Are you a student? Are you a working professional? Okay, that is good. So are you in college? Okay, last year. Nice. I bet BTech it is. All right. Okay. Yeah. That's all right. Gafoor, hello. Hello, Gafoor. Guys, come on, opt for the poll that is running on your device. As soon as you enters in this stream, you will be shown a poll. That poll will help me really, so you have to do that. And if you think if anything is not going well with the stream, feel free to come on chat, talk about it. We'll figure out this thing. Wesley 90s out of 100 do B-Tech. Yes, everyone do. Yeah. Okay, so let's start now. I think we won't be go above 5 likes, but that's fine, no issues. Now okay, uh, it's raining here, by the way. It just started raining. Okay, so let's talk about variables. So you see what I did over here. Let a equal to 10. If you're aware of सर मेरे लैपटॉप में बाइट कोड व्यूअर इंस्टॉल प्रोसेस, बाइट कोड व्यूअर इंस्टॉल, पता नहीं यार. I wish I was the Google. I could definitely, like, I would be happy to answer that, but I'm not Google. I mean, try to find it out. What is bytecode viewer? Bro, either you do that or answer comments. Yeah, let's just come here. So this is how you know declare a variable, or like initiate a variable over here. So I did let a equals 10. Okay, that is fine. Let a equals 10. A is of type integer that takes a value 10, and we define a variable y using let keyword. Alright, and this is how you print it. That's fine. Now here is one thing. Now if I want to like update this variable, let's say I want to make it let a equal to 12. Can I do that? So it turns out that in Rust, which is kind of a beautiful thing in Rust, that variables are immutable by default. Oh, my editor is quite too long over here. Is it? Holy moly. Okay, yeah. So it turns out variables are immutable in Rust. Alright, so I cannot do let a equal to 10 and then update it to 12. So then what is the way to do that? It says cannot assign twice. Alright, so I can do is I can mutate a variable by using a mute keyword. So if I do this thing, then I can mutate a variable over here. Alright, so this is the good thing to note over here is variables in Rust are immutable by default. Alright, and this added a kind of a security, or added a kind of a restriction that makes it's a very strongly typed language, right? So we have to declare, first of all we have to know and declare at the time of compilation. At the time of at the compile time, it will try to Rust will try to adjust some variables, the type of the variables or anything that we declare over here. Alright, and everything is immutable by default. So to make it mutable, we have to specifically write mute in front of it. Alright, that is good. Okay, that is good. What else? So I think this would be easy to get you started, or type a simple program or something like that. So let's start by building a kind of a CLI application, a kind of an exercise. All right, so our exercise would be to take input from the user. Okay, so the exercises main title is to take input from the user. Now let's define some exercise. So let's say declare two variable. We should name something fancy to it. uh, let's call it calculator. Calculator, that is specifically tied to addition. All right, we'll create this thing. We'll create a calculator, but our calculator will only add up things. It will not multiply, it will not subtract. That will be a take home assignment though, to work for it. All right, for now, the things that we have learned, we will first of all create whatever we have learned, we will put things all together, then we will create something out of it, and we will learn few things in it, and that thing that we learn will be to take the input from the user from CLI. All right, so let me just quit this application. Now our task is to create first of all a calculator. All right, so how do we do that? We already learned that we'll use cargo and we'll say calculator. Hello Savan, and we'll say cargo calculator. All right, so the first part of our question is create a calculator. So we'll create a specific project for it. We'll say cargo, I will not cargo new calculator, we'll say cargo new calculator. All right, and we'll just cd inside it. All right, open this project. So first part is done. Yes Indresh, right. Stream on fire today, is it? Well, thanks. Noise. All right, okay, so the first part of our exercise is we have to create a calculator, and that calculator in our case will be do only addition. It's just for setting up the environment, and then maybe as a take home assignment you can add other features as well, to divide, to multiply, or something like that. All right, now the second part is we have to take input from the users, like two numbers. We'll take two numbers and we will show the addition of the two numbers. All right, I hope you guys understand the assignment. We have to create a calculator that will only do an addition. We have to take in addition, we have to take input from the users, like two inputs. We'll ask, hey human, enter one number. We'll say, hey human, enter the second number, and we'll say, okay human, the addition of these two number is this. So we have to make something like that. So how do we do that? We know that in order to show, we'll do this. So on the println, instead of hello world, we'll say something like that. We'll say welcome to calculator or something like that. We'll say like calculator app. Right, we'll start with by giving a new line. So to give a new line, we'll do this. All right, so this sets our context. Okay, so first of all, whenever you write something, you have to yes, we can. Right, we can say println. So whenever you do something, you have to be like, how do we do things in 3D? So the guys who are very good in 3D, they usually try to visualize better than other students. If you remember in 12th or something, so the guys who are exceptionally well in 3D, there was a chapter, right? So maybe, I don't know, in first year or in 12th. So like a different kind of people were very good on 3D. I mean, they were not good on other things, but they were good on 3D because they try to visualize that things. I think yes, vectors. It has some point about 3D geometry kind of thing. I just forgot that because I was not the one of the guys. so what I meant to say that whenever you kind of run this thing, it would be good to visualize this thing. So if I'm writing something in my mind, I'm just compiling this thing. Okay, I can imagine that okay, this thing is written. There will be a space. There will be a calculator app. Now I want to uh, ask the user for input. So here is a new thing that we will study. All right. So to take an input from the user, we use IO. A module from standard library in Rust. All right. So what we'll do something. We'll say let's declare a variable. We'll say let first number. All right. And I want to do it. So here is the thing. Simple programmer. Hello. So here is the thing. Now though we are dealing with numbers, so we have to actually parse it. All right. So if we take an input from the CLI, it will be a string. I don't want that I write number 40 and then I said Vipin. So you cannot add it, right? 40 plus Vipin. So we'll have to basically test and parse it, so that we warn the user that hey guy, inform the timing before coming live. Okay, sure. We'll do that next time, buddy. So this way we will warn the user that okay, this is a calculator, dude. You cannot put like a string to it. It will only take numbers. All right, but it will take a string, as because it will be a stream. Okay, so I'll define a new string. All right. I'll define a new stream. Now we need to check that how to parse a string, or how to check whether a string is a number or not. So how do we do that? We'll check that thing. But first of all, let me just show you one thing. So forget about calculator. I'm just telling you about how to take input from the user. All right. Forget about calculator app right now. Just listen to me what I'm saying. So instead of first number, let me just say name. All right. How do I take input? So let's suppose, forget about calculator right now. Let's say I want to take input from a user. I am a program and I want to know the input name of a user. All right. How do I do that? First of all, I'll create a placeholder for a input stream that will be, it is known as buffer. All right. So first of all, I create a placeholder so that the input stream can be filled in. Then I'll use IO, of course, standard.io module that I'll use. I'll say standard input, right? This is it, standard input. Now standard input has a function called a read line. All right. Now what does read line takes? It takes a buffer, and the buffer is of kind, you see the IntelliSense that it is giving, Rust is giving to me. All right. It says it will take a mutable reference of a buffer, and the buffer is name that I created. Right. How do I make it small? Okay. All right. So IO has an associated function of standard input that has also a function of called a read line, and read line takes a mutable reference of a buffer, that is a name. Now this name, this read line returns a result. All right. We'll get back to what a result is. We'll get back that thing on the next streams. All right. Currently we will just want to like get our hands dirty and see how things work around here. I'll say end mute name to suppress this thing or to handle, because here you see I don't have to deal with any kind of errors. I don't want to do or perform any operation when it comes to error. I just want the input. All right. So I'll use expect. It will handle my error itself. So you see it's saying the expect, you see what does it says? It says when a result is written, it has OK value or an error value. All right. So it says if it's an error value, then we can do this thing. We have to type a message over here that says failed to read input. Okay. And here is an error that we are getting. it says whenever I use a buffer, it says cannot borrow a immutable variable. And why is this? As I already told, in Rust variable is immutable by default. Now when I accept a stream of input from the user, the stream is continuously on update, so the buffer has to be mutable. I hope this makes sense. It's not a static value, right? It will a user will keep on entering until it hits an enter, so this buffer will keeps on updating, so it needs to be mutable. All right, it will be mutated basically with every key press. So I did this thing. Now let's do print ln. I'll say your name will do this, and I'll say name dot as str. Let's see why I did that. Okay, now the input that I have taken from the user, I want to show it, I want to print it to the console. Again, I'll just simply do cargo run. It will build the thing for me, and it will say calculator app that is already written. I added a new line character at the end of calculator app, so the cursor goes on the new line. Now it is asking for the username, though I haven't written anything over here. If I want to, I can do that. Let me just show you. So forget about the calculator app right now, so let me just comment it. Alright, so I'll just simply say print ln enter your name. Alright, I'll add new line on the both the ends so that I can have it on a separate line. Okay, if I go and do cargo run, you see, enter your name. It's asking my name. I'll write Vipin Joshi. So it is saying your name is VP Joshi, whatever I did. So I have to remove these things, right? So let me just do any new lines, because I hit enter, so I'll have to basically trim it as well. Alright, I'll do cargo run. So it's saying enter your name. I'll say crab master. When I hit enter, it says your name is crab master. The thing is, you ask a name for calculator app? Yes, we can do that. Nice. So yeah, so you understand, this is how you take input from the user using that standard input function of IO module. So you see, it asked me enter your name, it asked the user, it waited for the user until it press entered. When I press enter, it gets stored on that buffer, and it gets displayed in the println. So now we have to use this knowledge, we have to use this thing that we have used in order to take two inputs from the user, that is first number and second numbers, and then it will be simple. On the println statement, we will add all those number together and we'll show the user their addition. All right, so let me just delete this thing. So maybe yes, we can say what introvert suggested, that we can also ask for the user that what will be your calculator app that will only do some addition. So let's do that. Let's start with this thing. I'll say print ln. I'll say welcome human. Alright, now I'll say maybe let's add some new lines to it so that we don't have an overhead of adding on the first on the start. Alright, welcome human. Now I'll say print ln. What do you want to call your app? Alright, now I can say over here let we'll make it mutable. App name, we'll first of all define that it's a string, right? And then we'll say IO stat input dot read line. It will take app name dot expect fail to read the input. All right, so we have it here, right? So we'll print this thing when we have to do that. Now let's take our the logic over here. I'll create a variable called let, because it has to be this, right? So I'll say let mute first number is equal to uh, this thing. Now here I need to do one thing. The thing is, okay, I don't even know Rust or its usage platform. Then also I'm just watching because you guys are teaching very well. Keep going, bro. Thank you, Itachi. I really appreciate it. What is the use of Rust? Programming socks. Readline doesn't mutate variable at every key press. It simply mutates after reading value till new line care. Read line doesn't mutate variable. No, it doesn't. It does not mutate variable because the buffer will itself be a mutate that thing, right? So we have to make it mutable. Or am I missing something, Ankush? Sorry, good. It's Rust. What is the use of Rust? Same as C or C++ or any other language? Adam. Okay, rain is here, electricity went out. Let's see how much our UPS can take. So I'll just quickly go. So I'll define let first number. So then let's see if how to like parse variables. So I'll say how to parse string into maybe int in Rust CLI. Alright, so we can do this thing. So we have an input string, we can say parse, and we can use unwrap or this thing. Alright, so parse with unwrap number unwrapped or i32. Alright, so we can do that. So I'll say let so I have defined this thing. Okay, now I'll do is I can maybe I can directly use it, right? So I must say how to parse a string to integer input from CLI. That would be good. By the way, if you want to search out like what I'm, what the thing that I'm doing currently, and there is a great example in the Rust official book. Let me just show you Rust book. If I open Rust book, we have a very kind of, okay guys, you must be hearing that beep sound, right? So I guess we are going to get like out soon.